What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action, spawning in the top map, playing the best god in the game, no cap, maybe a little bit of cap, but his name is Matreiuss, and he is playing Set. His opponent today in the red color, hailing from the greatest of Britons. There's actually quite a few really strong British Age of Mythology players. You've got Joe, you've got Shelty, but this is in fact Shadowfaxx, and he is playing Zeus. Shadowfaxx is one of the stronger multi-god talents in the Age of Mythology community, but he's currently going up against Matreiuss' off Civ here. We normally see Matreiuss on Poseidon, but here we're going to be checking him out and seeing what he's doing. He's already making gigantic mistakes here in this build order. I just want you guys to know. So just keep that in mind because he's currently got no villagers on gold. So if he's got no villagers on gold, that means that there's no chance for him to get a temple up at a competitive time. That's why Egyptian players, and this is not just Set players, Ra, Isis, and Set, basically the first two villages that come out of your town center should go onto your gold mine. If you're not doing that, you better have damn good reason to not be doing that. I'm telling you why. Okay, so moving onwards and upwards. This map here for Matreiuss is fairly bonkers. We're seeing him actually find his elk nice and early. Converting these is incredibly smart and good, because one thing that ends up happening here in Age of Mythology is that, yes, hunt is impeccable, but you lose out on a lot of resources or potential resources by walking to the hunt. And while you do lose out on a little bit of food from this, as you're losing out on about 30-ish food, 40 food on the by converting these elk, you're gaining that back in the walking time that the villagers would have made on the trek to get over here. So very, very smart for Matreiuss to be grabbing these, and also very lucky thus far that Shadowfaxx has not found this. He's in fact has scouted this, but Matreiuss said, I'm not going for those ones. No, sir. No, sir. I am going into this corner here where you'll never find me. And Shadowfaxx is like, where's the priest? I can't find the priest. I want to bolt the priest. Let me find the priest. No priest for you. No priest for you. So this is beautiful for Matreiuss. This is absolutely huge for him at this point in the game. So let's continue here. So Zeus versus Set. This is a matchup that we honestly don't get to see very often. Zeus is really, really strong, I think, into Set. I think Zeus is one of the better picks because Zeus has got access to Ceasefire, which really deals with the ancestors. Zeus has got access to Colossus and like faster favor gather rate, which means that Set's going to be hurting if he has to deal with those. Also, there's the Heliopoli, etc., etc. However, the issue comes is that doesn't really matter all that much to Set players. Set players don't care because they want to kill you before then. The idea with Set is timing attack, timing attack, timing attack. Hit something with Tornado, Ancestors, a ton of Spearmen. Feels great, feels good, feels funky, fresh. Now, what does Shadowfaxx have to do to deal with that? He needs to play solid. He needs to have good buildings set up. Think about getting early Masons to make sure the Tornado doesn't do as much damage as you think. Early Masons, fortified town centers, staying 2 town center and making sure you get Masons, fortified town centers is really, really good with Greek against Set. So we'll see if that's what he's going to do. And then we'll continue. We are seeing this temple coming up at a peculiar spot here. It's going to be able to protect this gold mine just a little bit here. We see the wall coming up over here by Shadowfaxx. He's just starting it off in a very strange way. He's built 2 wall segments in the corner, and then the villager sits idle for a little bit. Good. That's what we like to see. Yeah. Matreiuss now bringing those elk back. He doesn't really have a good town center, and he hasn't got a monument yet. So he's got plenty of resources. So there is a world here where there's kind of 2 ways to play Set. There's the way where you kind of just eat the resources that are on the map, get Shadoof, get your farms, enjoy life that way. Or there's the right way, where you get 2 monuments and you just eat animals of Set all game and have the strongest economy in the game. Anyways, we're not seeing that by Matreiuss here. In fact, we are seeing a 4:30 advance time And he's going to be grabbing this town center in the middle of the map, which has relatively nothing on it. There is a gold mine behind it, not very easily defended. We are seeing him going to be deleting these animals here, and that's going to be fine here. So he's going to eat those, and that'll be at least a little bit of food that those villagers can be on. But if Matreiuss wants to get competitive heroic age timing here with the set, it's going to be a little bit tough here given his food situation. So we'll see what he's going to be able to do. Shadowfaxx has hit the heroic or the classical age through Hermes. No surprise there. Sometimes we do see Zeus players going through Athena in this matchup, but I've never fully understood why. We are going to be seeing the Jason coming over here to push that Wadget away, and that will probably be a dead Wadget here unless Matreiuss decides to Shifting Sands it. So there we go. It's going to fall. We see the centaur coming in here just to say good day. And the pharaoh says, go away. And the Wadget dies before getting his shot off. But good stuff here. We see the centaur going to be swinging around, does find these villagers eating the food out in the middle of nowhere. And Shadowfaxx says, get out of here. This is not your location. You could bolt this. Bolting this pharaoh in order to keep the pressure onto this location is really, really strong here for the most part. But Shadowfaxx opting to not do that. He does have himself his Odysseus out now. He's going to be searching for something else to harass. And we'll see where Matreiuss is going to go now. Matreiuss does have 9 favor in the bank, so he could use this pharaoh here to make a couple of Gazelle of Set, but currently idle villagers. And we are seeing the barracks coming down. The barracks with spearmen coming out. This is an interesting try here from Matreiuss because the spearmen raids, they're going to have some utility here in this game. There was food. There is food on the map. In fact, there's food over here. Is Matreiuss converting this? He is. Okay, so Matreiuss gets 2 lots of elk, whereas Shadowfaxx doesn't get. Shadowfaxx only gets 1 lot of elk. So now I question whether or not these spearmen are actually worth it here for Matreiuss, because what's he going to be able to raid with them? So I like the idea of a classical age fight here, 2 towns in a classical age fight on a map like Savannah, where it's really open and you've got a lot of different locations where you can raid. But on a map like Alfheim, where you have these hills, we've already got walls kind of set up, the villages are really, really defended. There's not really anywhere to raid, though Shadowfaxx is making a case for raiding here with these villages in this random gold mine over here. These villages over here probably not going to get touched. So these spearmen out here for Matreiuss don't make a whole lot of sense. Now, if you do want to build spearmen and hit your opponent's food early, I would recommend 1 town centering to get those spearmen out and going for some sort of semi-fast mythic. But that's not what we're seeing here from Matreiuss. He's getting his wall set up, and he's got no food income whatsoever. He does have a couple of villagers on wood, though, so we can think about getting himself that husbandry and start eating these cows, eating up the rest of these elk here as well. In a fairly decent position here. And we'll see how this game is going to proceed here. Shadowfaxx, on the other hand, he's just taking his time, not really doing all too much, realizing, hey, there's not that much food on the map. He can't do anything to me. That's where you're wrong. You're playing against Set. This type of map here for Set is where Set shines the most. Nice micro here from Shadowfaxx. I was having a conversation with someone earlier that said, actually it was with Magic, the Magic. And he said, Age of Mythology, it doesn't really have that much micro. And I said to him, that's because you don't micro. Boom. Boom. Age of Mythology has heaps of micro. It's got way more micro than Age of Empires 4. Age of Empires 4 is point and click your siege on enemy siege. That's all that is. Anyways, we see the you see the Toxotes walking in here trying to figure out what they can do. Oh, the classic 1 villager building the town center. Who was it? The tale of the Elo legend showing us how to build town centers the most efficient way. Shadowfaxx is taking a note out of that book before he's sending 2 more villagers in to help out. A couple more villagers, 3 or 4 villagers onto the town center. All right. Come on, guys. Let's behave here. Let's be realistic in our pursuit forward here. Now, there's so much food here on this map that Matreiuss has managed to get with this priest. Whenever I play Set, my priest gets bolted immediately. I swear. But Matreiuss definitely trying to get up to the heroic age here. Still only 2 town centers. Obviously, Shadowfaxx, we know he's going to for the 3rd town center, but I'm not sure Matreiuss is going to be aware of that one there. We do see I would say this is a slow heroic age here for Set, but he did build a couple of spearmen, double barracks here, so a little bit confused as to what he wanted out of those, but that would have slowed him down just a little bit. So we'll see how this is all going to go. As the town center does pop for Shadowfaxx. Now, Shadowfaxx's entire game plan with getting this town center, it should be get me to the Mythic age. So one thing that he could try here is a couple more villages on gold than he has, a little bit less on food here, and just walls everywhere. And that would really slow down the Set player, and that would allow him to simply just cheat his way up to the Mythic age. And you can even cast Ceasefire with, like, not even just to block out the ancestors, as we are seeing Matreiuss getting himself a 3rd town center, but you can even cast Ceasefire early to get to the Mythic age, and then once Ancestors comes in, you have Bellerophon, Heracles, Odysseus, Jason. Doesn't really do anything, especially if you have the Bellerophon out as an option here. So we'll see if Shadowfaxx is going to build units or not here. He does have a couple out, but you don't really need that many if you throw the walls down. Now Shadowfaxx is sending in a hoplite, just checking out what's going on here. Matreiuss throwing down his Migdol stronghold, eating himself those free giraffe of Set. Very, very good. He's also got crocodiles here. Now, these things also have food in them. They're the same as elk, so it's well worth eating these as well. Now, there is a time and a place for Set players to use their animals in their army. And the vast majority of the time, that time of the place is Mythic Age animals and rhinos. You don't really want to use your hippos either. You want to eat your hippos. Rhinos are really, really good. Now Shadowfaxx trying to push through. We've got some axemen coming out by Matreiuss. I just realized that the Hoplite army is the thing that Shadowfaxx is kind of going for. Shadowfaxx should be probably thinking about Hippocon in this matchup, but he's currently just going, nah, not going to go Hippocon, nah. So if you see this, you can just go full Chariot Archers. And honestly, this looking like what Matreiuss is already kind of doing. So it does have the advantage of these Chariot Archers being a little bit faster than his counterparts at training. One of the bonuses here is that they train faster. It doesn't exactly tell me it's negative 20%. So it's probably 1 second faster or something than the other Chariot Archers.
Into you.
And now we see Matreiuss going to be starting to show off some of his incredible multitasking, moving these Chariot Archers in, sniping Toxotes, retreating away. With an army like this that Shadowfaxx has got, it's going to be very, very tough for him to fight this. Look at that micro there, pulling those Chariot Archers back. Not going to be losing too many. Oh, did lose one. He lost one. He only pulled a hoplite. So good play by Shadowfaxx to find that one there. The Pharaoh over here getting sniped down, but we do see the Chariot Archers coming in to clean this one up. Matreiuss smartly pulling that Pharaoh away. Definitely don't want to be losing that one as Shadowfaxx does manage to get to the heroic age there. Getting himself out that Heracles. Now remember, we can just see a ceasefire here if he's worried. He doesn't have to get all of the units out. He does need to think about getting to the Mythic Age. Getting to the Mythic Age is very, very important. We've got Victor in the chat here asking me what the economic upgrades are, as if you don't already know. If you are 1700-ish or above, you should know what the economic upgrades are. These players, they understand. Egyptian players need to rush irrigation and quarry and hand axe. Those are the upgrades you should rush. Greek players should get hand axe, pickaxe, and plow. And then once they're in the heroic age, you get the other upgrades. So that's just letting you guys know for future here. Just for future. There's a spider crawling up my wall. It's really, really small, but it just grasps my attention then. So anyways, we're back. We're bam. Lots of military buildings coming down. Shadowfaxx getting himself a fortress as well, as Matreiuss is on the way through Horus, I'm sure. Through Horus, I'm sure. Through Horus, I'm sure. Guys, come on. I get it. It's a hard game. There's things you have to think about. But this timing matters. This timing matters a lot. Ancestors goes down, Ceasefire gets cast, Tornado comes down immediately after. That's the timing that Set plays for in this matchup. Shadowfaxx shouldn't have actually cast Ceasefire here because there's no siege towers out. Shadowfaxx could have just retreated back and held off Ancestors for even long, or held off Ceasefire for even longer. Because all Shadowfaxx wants is to get to the Mythic Age himself, but he's getting himself out fortified town centers. Where's Masons? No Masons means the town center will go down. So this isn't actually good for Shadowfaxx. See a good bolt coming down, but a bit probably could have waited for the Avenger, to be honest, at this point. But it is looking like Matreiuss is getting pushed back here. And Shadowfaxx has always been a proponent of these Peltast. He loves a good Peltast, but I'll tell you the problem with Peltast. It's not that they are bad against... it's not that they're bad. If they're focusing down archers, they're okay. But they miss. They miss so... Well, now they're currently doing 0 damage, but the Peltast miss when they're shooting. Look how many they missed. And they take so long. So long to fire. It's not a 1 second DPS. It's like 1.5. There's the Tornado going down. Will this survive? We've got Arrows of the Alpha, which isn't enough, but 2 military buildings did fall here. So there is a chance that this survives with just a little bit of HP. In fact, it will survive 452 HP, but I imagine we're probably going to have a catapult coming in, and Matreiuss should be able to push through. He's got a lot of resources in the bank, which means pushing in with some champion units is going to be really, really strong. Matreiuss is making war elephants here, which is an interesting idea, but I think this might have actually been one of those situations where going through Thoth could have been very helpful for Matreiuss. He's got a lot of food in the bank, a lot of gold, not much favor, so that would have been a bit slow for him to get Tusks of Apatomak out. There's only a few armory upgrades in here for these guys, just the copper weapons for both players, and then copper shields for Matreiuss. But right now, Shadowfaxx is in a commanding position. He just needs to get to the Mythic Age, and then he should be able to win here. Because if he can get out Heliopoli in this situation here, he could even sack this town center and then get out Heliopoli. And there's almost no way for Matreiuss with this current army composition to defend 140 pop with 160 pop. Like, the Zeus army is that strong here that he should be able that Shadowfaxx should be able to push back and get this town center back. If Shadowfaxx wants to sack this, I think that would probably be the right idea instead of spamming all these units out. Because this is giving something Matreiuss likes to trade against. This is a good trade here for Matreiuss, and he's getting lots of value out of these mercenary cavalry. Meanwhile, we've got some of those spearman raids coming in. Nice and clutch here for Matreiuss. Love the spearman raids. They're junk units that cost next to nothing, 70 resources, and they do tons of damage. And they move fairly quickly. Now you see the catapult trying to take down the fortified town center. There's no towers set up here. There's no nothing. Matreiuss, he's got no gold left in the bank really here. Like, again, you're scared of the wolves, but like, I'm pretty sure if I zoom in here, the mark. Wait, hold on. I've got to get to the edge of the map. It's barely in view. The edge of the map is barely in view, guys. I mean, at this point, I feel like Matreiuss does it on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, anyways. Honestly, Matreiuss should have converted these with his priest as well, because this is these are 100 food each. They go to 60 food, so that's 60 extra hunt he could have eaten. Just saying. 60 food is 60 food. And we see the pacifist defending these raids. We're still in a very, very close position here. There's another fortress coming up now for Shadowfaxx. There is a slight issue for Shadowfaxx in that, I mean, if he doesn't control this location well enough, like he loses both these gold mines and could potentially get gold starved. He does have this gold mine over here as well, but this could be very, very tough for him. So we see the Axeman taking down those hoplite over there. And Shadowfaxx is going up through Hephaestus. I just had Focus the Beast in the chat ask, why so much favor? And honestly, it's looking like Shadowfaxx wants to make mass Colossus here. Seems to be the only real option for Shadowfaxx. If he goes mass Colossus, you just push forward and get the good damage done. But right now, we see the Chariot Archer raids coming in for Matreiuss, and this is beautiful. Attacking where Matreiuss is weakest, but Shadowfaxx is return firing here. Nice delete on that market. He's going to end up losing a couple of units, but that's a very, very big move here from Shadowfaxx. He's coming in behind enemy lines. Oh god, it's really not that far. You probably could have just walked here. I think the underworld over here was probably the right call. This one here, like, I don't feel like this is well defended at all. You just push him through the barracks, come over here. It's all good. Or at least put the underworld behind the gold mine so he can't run the villages so easily. Big, big mistake. Big, big mistake. There's the Plenty Vault coming down. The armor is coming up. Immediately going to be getting himself Forge of Olympus, and also should be getting that flood control. How are the economic upgrades looking now? See, very, very nice over here. I wouldn't be surprised if Matreiuss doesn't have any more economic upgrades. He does. Okay, so he's gotten himself Quarry, which is a small increase, but he's got himself Bowsaw as well. And unless... Oh, he's getting Carpenters, so it's totally fine. You do want to get Bowsaw and immediately follow that up with Carpenters. And that's going to give you a big boost to your wood income. We'll see how it's all going to go. Still raiding over here on this location. We should see Shadowfaxx putting up a market over here and trading to this town center at this point. But right now we've got yet another classic Matreiuss market. Like here if you're worried, but he's got it down, so at least they're working. And there's another market coming down in this location here. Oh, it's hilarious. I love it. As we do see. Oh no! The wolves that Matreiuss was so scared of is that 2 villager kills? 2 villager kills. Matreiuss is just like sitting in his chair going, ha! Completely calculated. Boit was making fun of me for that. I knew that Shadowfaxx was going to underworld that location, take that corner, and I knew that he would go for the market there and he was going to lose 2 villagers. So, ha! 60 food is 60 food, my butthole. 2 villager kills at 21 minutes into the game. That is efficiency. That is exactly what you see. This is why I'm not 2K in this game. This is the difference between myself and Matreiuss. It's just the big brain plays like that. But now Shadowfaxx is coming over here. He's actually going to be in a bit of a difficult position here because this is 4 catapults currently sieging down this fortified town center. And this army of Shadowfaxx is so far out of position. Does he have economic upgrades, armor upgrades, I should say? Yes, he's just on bronze. But is he here fast enough? Looks like the town center is going to go down here incredibly quickly as the army walks in straight onto these champion chariots. The Bellerophon does manage to come out and start sniping down these catapults. We'll get some good damage done. But still no town center up. Still no town center up at all. I mean, it's gone down. That's what I mean. The town center is down. So the question here is, will Matreiuss be able to do anything with this or not? It's looking like 132 of 166 population. The catapults are still in here, but we need to see some sort of like defenses for it. The army popping back out for Matreiuss as the mercenary cavalry coming in here, distracting those Peltast beautifully. The town center is trying to come back up, but Matreiuss is saying no. No town center for you. Barracks coming up on this position. Matreiuss still struggling to produce. Shadowfaxx 139 or 140 population. Effectively, Shadowfaxx needs those Heliopoli out. Like now, he needs Heliopoli instead of the weak archers. get Heliopoli, and you're going to be in a very, very good position, but that's just not what's happening here. And this is going to be a very, very difficult position for Shadowfaxx to come back from if Matreiuss can get this talent center up for himself. If he can have that, he's going to be great. He is making some Colossus now. This is going to be a big, big help to push back because Matreiuss really can't do all too much about this. He does have access to Funeral Rites, so he can get himself the Funeral Rites Priest. He's got himself Eye of Horus, so he's got an extra 3 population here. Or sorry, 6 population, I should say. Now we've got some Myrmidon coming out as the Silver Colossus are starting to stream in here for Shadowfaxx. One option for Shadowfaxx would be to just send these Colossus, instead of trying to fight back and grab this town center, send these Colossus up here and take down the town center, and then go 2 town centers apiece and then take it back for himself as an option. You don't always just have to fight head on. That's not that important. Do we see Shadowfaxx getting any upgrades? No. No Shoulders of Talos, or is it Hands of Talos? I can never remember. Shoulder of Talos, yes. No Shoulder of Talos just yet. Another Watchtower coming up now for Shadowfaxx, as he has managed to push Matreiuss back just a little bit. Matreiuss still getting out his units here. Does he have that Funeral Rites? He does have Funeral Rites plus iron weapons, so this does a lot of damage, and the Pharaoh helps out quite a bit, to be honest, even though the Colossus does have 80% pierce armor. Now some more raids coming over here. Shadowfaxx is in that position I was talking about, in that he kind of got cut off these gold mines. He's kind of cut off this gold mine, so he's only able to come over here, which is potentially going to get pushed off as well. But while this is all going on, more Migdol's coming down. Colossus getting taken down nicely. The Myrmidon are coming in. Matreiuss 160 now of 166 pop, so starting to get that population out that he so desperately needs. And Shadowfaxx is not able to figure out a way forward here in this game. Is he pushing through over here? Not really. We've got the Siege Tower coming over on this location here. The Donkey Caravans getting sniped down by these Champion Chariot Archers. Hey, thanks so much for the raid, Ulysses. If you are unaware, Ulysses is an Age Mythology top 5 player for the most part. And he does stream on Twitch under the tag Ulysses_AOE. Go check him out. There's the Chariot Archers doing their thing over here, trying to pick off some Colossus, pick off everything else. Champion Chariots getting taken down. But these Donkey Caravans are feeling a lot of pain here. There's another Migdol stronghold on the way down. Very slowly. Shadowfaxx has just got no units left. Like, his unit quality is crazy good, but he's just being cut off gold completely. And like, I was saying that Shadowfaxx will be able to push back, and you can see how effective he's currently being at it. 140 versus 160 pop. But without good gold, he's not able to make the Colossus, he's not able to make the Heliopoli, and Set is just not going to be in a position here. And so the Zeus is not going to be in a position to really fight the full pop Set army if he can't be at least 140 pop. Now we do have these Myrmidons still come. Just send the Myrmidon over here. Kill this. Like, he's over here. Just attack where your opponent is weakest, ladies and gentlemen. Can you hear me shaking my head? Alrighties. And now we do see Matreiuss finding the final gold mine that Shadowfaxx has here. Comes in, snipes off a ton of Shadowfaxian villagers here. Yes, that is the correct term. They are Shadowfaxian villagers. It's good. So now the Chariot Archers can just leave. These Myrmidon chasing these guys down. Yeah, they do a lot of damage, but he should just leave here, I guess. Or maybe he can fight and just like, or delete all his Chariot Archers and move elsewhere. Colossus falling. Towers now coming up for Matreiuss. He's going to start trying to set up to take this town center. If he gets the towers set up, it's going to be super tough. No gold in the bank. No gold mine getting gathered from. Very few villagers on gold at all. In fact, one villager on gold. Not really much trade route at all here. And even the siege tower is being obnoxious here. Tanking damage from those Toxotes. Shadowfaxx desperately trying to take the tower to the back, but like, what's with the point beam? God, he's not going to be able to hold it up, and he's not going to have any gold. He could try and wall this off again and try and get back over here. Able to sell some wood for gold at this point, but not helping out all too much. As more priest pharaoh coming in. So one thing you can do to counter these colossus a little bit with Set is to build Avengers. Avengers are actually pretty good at taking down the colossus because they've only got 50% hack armor, and the Avengers have got a bunch of damage, right? They've got 28 hack, 200% bonus damage versus myth units. So the whirlwind also does 37.5 hack damage. So pretty good to take these bad boys down, to be honest, compared to what the priests do, which is next to nothing. He's still building Peltast. I'll never understand. Like, I swear Shadowfaxx had some success with Peltast, but I just never understand them. Like, I just, personally, I just would be like, not worth it. And now we have those Avengers we were talking about coming out. But there is a Bellerophon here. Oof, big damage. Big Bellerophon. Bellerophon, big damage. And that is the issue there with the Avengers, obviously, is that he dies very quickly to the Bellerophon. But you can micro around that. You can micro around that. Now, Bellerophon sneaking in here, going to be able to take down this catapult very quickly. That's the shortest jump I've ever seen. Surely the further away Bellerophon jumps, the more damage... Sorry. The further Bellerophon jumps, the more damage Bellerophon special attack should do. Surely. Surely. No? No one cares? Fair enough. But look at this. Even with Shadowfaxx absolutely struggling for resources here, he's still able to take on the Set army. This is what I'm talking about. Had Shadowfaxx just managed to hold on to one of these gold mines, I think he would have been able to push back and potentially win this game here. But it's looking like, because Shadowfaxx has no gold mines, every time he gets an advantage, he's going to lose it. And as Matreiuss can just keep spamming units here. And we see the Bellerophon micro from Shadowfaxx here. Shadowfaxx being one of those players that got access to 5-second Bellerophon for quite some time. They are still available. 5-second Bellerophon is still available on the extended edition. It's just a little bit underwhelming. Whereas Shadowfaxx's Bellerophon is going to do peak damage, but takes 15 seconds to recharge. Basically, you can see how bad... You can see how much Matreiuss disrespects Peltast by the fact that he has this many chariot archers against that many Peltast. See, here's the thing, right? With Peltast, if you try and target down one unit, not only do you overkill it, but by the time you start targeting down the next unit, but when you start targeting down the next unit, that resets your Peltast's like percent chance to hit to 50%. So if you have like 10 Peltast shooting at a chariot archer, a bunch of them miss the first shot as Shadowfaxx finishes. A bunch of them miss the first shot. And then a couple of them hit, but doesn't kill the chariot archer. And then most of them hit the next one and it overkills the chariot archer. And then that same thing is rinse and repeated. So by the time you actually kill the chariot archer, the same amount of Toxotes would have probably done more DPS. The answer to fixing the Peltast is to make the animation time of the Peltast be 1 second instead of 1.25 or 1.5. If you make it 1 second, you're not you keep the DPS the same, but you make it 1 second. I think that would be a big enough of a buff for Peltast for them to be usable. But in this state, not really. And obviously, at this point here, heal you up like Colossus would have been clutch here, would have been really good for Shadowfaxx, but he never had the goal to really do it. And Matreiuss, the raids was so key here. The raids were so key. If Shadowfaxx had potentially underworlded this town center here or saved his underworld for a later time, could have been a different story, but he didn't go for it. And he did kind of throw this game a little bit away here by not securing this gold mine, securing this corner better here. And I think that he had a really, really good shot here because honestly, let's be real here, Matreiuss was not playing this set anywhere near meta levels of set. That's the truth of it. Thumbs up. GG. Well played, Matreiuss. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next game.